Okay, it's wood model for toys, it's not 3, buddy.
Cause I don't want a nigga, I'ma keep that shit for real, ayy. I've been up all night for 4 days, tryna run that bag in every way. If you need that pack, I got cash. Pound on top of pounds, heavyweight. He put his face all in my ocean. The way he flick his tongue, I'm ghosting. Swear to God, he snatched my soul and had me caught up in the moment.
Part 3, here we go.
Alright again.
How we doing? WM4T.TV.
Oh, we just going?
Right, already know. Let's go.
The one and the only.
The one and the only. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Who's here? Come on, talk about
Kayla
it.
Chenelle, I'm here back. What is this, the 3rd interview now?
Third one,
Yes.
2019.
Yes, I always come around my birthday. Tomorrow's actually my birthday.
Happy birthday in advance.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
How are you feeling? Come on, don't be bashful. You know what time it is.
I'm feeling good. I'm getting back to work now. Last year I took a year off to kind of like educate my mind a little more and figure out what I want to do as far as my next move. And
Now, for the people who don't know what move you're talking about.
I'm a rapper.
There
Well,
we
I
go.
consider myself more than just a rapper because I do it all. So I'm an artist overall. I make music, I write music, I rap, I sing, photography, graphic designing, all of that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years now. I took a year off to kind of revamp myself, figure out how I want to execute my next move, and now I'm ready to work. Tomorrow's my birthday, like I said.
How old are we turning?
Ooh, I'm turning 25, and this will be the last time I tell y'all my age.
Nah.
We staying at 25 for the rest of the years.
I'm still 25 too, so I get it.
I'm stuck right here.
Listening to the last
Been
interview,
25.
you were 23 at the time. So
Sheesh, yes.
now, like, what is life like? I think you were in a relationship for 5 years,
Yeah.
and then you were single.
Yeah.
What is the status now?
I'm still single.
For a year.
Yeah,
How,
I'm still
man,
single.
listen, we're going right into it. Hey, listen, how was that? A year of being single, it was your first time, a year in the streets.
A year being single is great. I had enough time to kind of find myself and, you know, pretty much re-love myself again. I got to know me better, so it's been pretty great. You know, there's a lot of people out there that's trying to take me off the single market, but right now I'm just focused on my music, focused on, you know, the career. So.
What would it take for somebody to take you off the streets right about now?
Well, to be honest, there is someone. There is someone who has my interest. So.
I'm eating chips and he's hating, but you can't even hear it.
Yeah.
You can't even hear it, but okay.
But yeah,
stop.
Okay, so to answer your question, though, there is someone who has my interest. You know, if I was to get off the market and get in a relationship, I do have someone that I would want to be with. But at the time right now, we're both focused on what we want to do within ourselves. So he plays football, I do music, he's focused on football, I'm focused on music. And then, yeah, eventually, hopefully, maybe we can meet in the middle at the right time.
Why can't you do it, why can't both of you guys do what you want to do and be in a relationship?
Right now I don't really want to be in a relationship, me personally. I would say the same for him as well. He has a few trust issues when it comes to women. So, you know, I'd rather him work on that and make sure he's secure before he tries to go anywhere with me, because I don't want anything from his past to come into me, because that has nothing to do with me. But me personally, I don't really want to be in a relationship right now. Like I said, I was in a relationship for 5 years. I was committed to someone for 5 years, and now I'm loving me right now. So.
How important do you feel this time or that time taking that year off of music to do what you're doing now? Like, how important was that for like your personal growth?
I think it was very important because I felt like I was just doing stuff to please other people instead of pleasing myself. So it was like, you know, I'm just trying to hurry up and do this one song real quick just because everyone's asking, where's the new music, where's the new music? But I'm not actually putting my all into it. You know, I'm not actually putting my personal creativity into it or making it how I want to make it. And then not even just that, like, I wasn't really sure what was my next move, like, as far as grabbing the attention of my audience. So I kind of just wanted to educate myself of how to market myself instead of just putting content out there but not actually marketing it the right way. So it was very important, extremely important, because now I know so much and I know how to market my music through social media instead of actually going through other platforms, you know, that's charging you all this amount of money for no reason. And you can put all that money and invest it into yourself. And, you know, it may seem like you're losing more money, but eventually when it comes back, it's totally worth it. So, yeah, I feel like taking that year off was worth it.
With your growth and where you're at right now, do you ever look back at some of your old work and be like, oh my gosh, like, what was I doing? Or, like, how do you feel about your old work?
That's crazy that you said that, because this sweater that I made, this was the very first song that I ever put on the internet. So I kind of put this sweater on today to kind of remind me where I started from. And this song is called Where's My Dough? I honestly do not like that song anymore. And I mean, what I was talking about in the song, lyric-wise, I like it, but the fact that I am more secure with my delivery and how I want to sound on the song, I felt like I could have said that song totally different. So, yeah, that probably is maybe the only song I really don't like from my old work. But everything else, I like it personally because I see myself grow on each song, and I just appreciated everything I learned from the old song to current. So, yeah.
Is there anything in your music that you were going through and you go back and listen and you're like, oh wow, like I was going through that, like I made it through this?
I would say, okay, there was this one song, I don't know if you're watching my Facebook right now, but it's like I feel like you guys are reading my mind, but but like I had wrote this song in like 2015, maybe 2016, and the song is called Real No More. And I mean, it kind of was, some parts in the song was true. It came from an old relationship that I was in, but I kind of just made my own storyline behind it, and, you know, just put myself in someone else's shoes and wrote a story about whatever was in my mind at that time. Funny thing is, going into 2018, 2019, I literally just re-released the song on iTunes, but what I'm talking about in the song literally kind of just happened to me in like 2018 going into 2019. So it's like, it was kind of trippy to me because it was like I predicted my future if I look at it like that. Like, that's crazy how I said it, and it didn't happen at the time, but in the current situation, it's just so relevant. So, yeah, that was kind of weird to me, but cool at the same time.
Do you feel like your new self, by any chance, would have done better in your old relationship, or your new self maybe would have never gotten the relationship you were in? Like, where you're at right now, 5 years is a big chunk of time considering you're about to be 25.
Right.
Do you feel like where you're at is like you could have done better, or, you know what I'm saying, anything different in the relationship you're in?
I feel like the main thing in the relationship that I was in was the communication. I feel like me now, yeah, I would say if I could take where my mindset is now back into the old relationship, it possibly could have worked out, but at the same time, we were two totally different people. And me doing music was actually the cause of what changed everything, because the fact that I'm getting attention and, you know, I have to put my time into something else, it kind of just affected the trust level in the relationship. So I really don't think it would have changed anything.
Okay.
I know you got to follow up.
No problem.
So if you have, looking back from last year to this year, like what was like the biggest change in your life?
The biggest change in my life, well, I would say I went back to school, and I decided to stop working. That was a huge change, because me not working, you know, you go from a consistent pay rate. You're getting paid every Friday, or paid every bi-weekly Friday, I guess. So basically consistent money coming in, to you gotta kind of just cut back on your spendings or make money however, any way possible you can. So there was times where I was at my lowest. Going to school, just sticking it out, you know, getting my financial aid, that worked, but it only lasted for so long. Right. Trying to keep up with my grades and still do my music and do this photo shoot, or, you know, I do hair, so putting that appointment in there and stuff like that. So the main difference with that was, yeah, the financial situation. I've been at my lowest, up and down, over and over again. Like, I would be to the ground, pick myself back up, and then fall straight back down. And it was just, the challenge to me was just more so keeping myself focused and not really falling into a depression, which I did in 2018, probably like after my birthday. I just slipped into a depression, and I was just like, what am I doing at this point? Wanting to give up, you know, and I had to kind of just remember why I did it in the first place and getting myself back focused and stuff like that.
You have kids?
No.
All right, still a year, no kids. Here we go, people. Put it on the tally mark.
No kids.
With that, let's just insert a kid. Could you imagine doing all of the things that you're doing now?
Yeah, I think I can. I feel like I'm Superwoman. I can put so many tasks on my hand. Yes, sometimes at times it does get overwhelming, but I always find a way to get through it. And the craziest thing is I've been having baby fever like crazy. Like, oh my gosh, babies are just...
I got some Tylenol. It's called Jackson Jr. and Michael. If you need it to take any, let me know.
Fellas,
Yeah.
and she doesn't like the DM, so I know what this part of the interview is going to do, just to let you guys know. Just, when you see her in public, just say, you know what I mean?
Man,
do your thing, you know?
Man. Now, the DM situation is cool. It's just all about how you approach someone in the DMs. Like, I don't think it's a secret that I'm not really interested in a relationship. I feel like I say that a lot. I express that a lot. But, you know, men don't take no, well, certain men don't take no for an answer. And that gets annoying. Especially when it's just like, you're telling them, you're trying to be polite, and you're like, yeah, I'm not interested. You know, I'm only using my DM for promotional purposes only.
Right.
And then tomorrow you get a, hey, beautiful, hey, queen, oh, I want to marry you. And it's just like, yo, did you not just hear what I said yesterday? Like,
no.
So, DMs, please just stay out of my DMs.
So how does somebody approach you in person?
I mean, hey, how you
You're
doing?
busy, you're on your way to school, I'm about to be late to class. This is the only time, how do I get to your attention? Because I can't DM you.
Just, hey, I don't know, hey, how you doing? Where you going? Just say hello to me. That's all you have to do is say hello, start a conversation. I don't really like people that bark at me. Like, hey, like literally yesterday somebody was screaming at me across the street, like, hey, and want me to go walk across the street to entertain them, and it's just
I feel like I could guess a few streets you might have been on.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the neighborhood. I was walking up the street, literally just going to my cousin's house, and he was just like screaming, and I don't like attention like that, so it's like, I was just like, oh my God, just please stop screaming. But killed it.
Don't come over here.
Yeah,
don't
but
come
then
over here.
what made it even worse, he's like, yeah, I know you hear me. I'm gonna get in my car and follow you. And I'm like, oh, please don't do that. Just
Fellas, that's predatory.
speed walking. Speed walking. I had to end up calling my sister, like, can you please just come pick me up from down the street? I'm not walking back down the street. Like, yeah.
They aggressive.
So, luckily, you don't have a kid right now for how you're moving out there.
Yeah.
But to ask you, at what point made you just say, all right, I'm not working anymore? I mean, 'cause that's a big risk.
Yeah. I want to say, okay, I was at my last job. And you know, when it comes with music, stuff just comes at you randomly. So it's like you always have to make a choice. Is it, do I go to work today or do I go do this show? Do I go to work today or do I go entertain this studio session? So it got to a point where it was like, okay, if I'm going to be an artist, that's my business right there. That's my job right there. You have to put your whole 100% attention into that if you're really serious about getting to where you want to get to. So I want to say back in like 2014 when I first started, my cousin told me, quit your job. And when he told me that, I looked at him like, you crazy. What do you mean? How am I going to get money? And he's like, I'm just telling you now, if this is what you want to do as far as an artist, you can't do both. You're going to have to, you pick, and working is not going to be it. And what kind of made me come to that conclusion was when, you know, when I'm trying to take off certain days or, you know, negotiate, you know, and most of my bosses and my managers knew that I did music. They knew that that was like my first priority. And when it came to me trying to take off to go ahead and pursue my dreams, it was always an issue. So I just decided to just get it off the mud.
Do you feel like maybe your living situation or financial situation allowed you to do that? Like if you don't live on your own or you have any help, do you feel like that may have allowed you to make this choice?
Yes.
Do you have a support system?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Me and my sister, we stay together. We support each other wholeheartedly. She believes in me just as much as I believe in myself. And it's just like basically like, do you got it, go get it, and eventually, you know, it'll pay off. It'll all be worth it. So the fact that I have her in my corner, and not even just her, I got my mom in my corner, my brothers, my cousins, just, you know, that reminded me, okay, you're destined for something, so just go out there and get it.
Do you think if you didn't have any of that and you were really on your own, do you think that would make it a little harder to make a choice like you did?
Maybe. Just me knowing me, I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I'm cheap. So it's like, if I was on my own, the only issue I would have is like paying rent and the smud,
It's real out here.
PG&E. Yeah, that I can't have a studio session if I don't got no lights. So
Right.
that would tell me you have to stay working because these bills have to be paid. And I would just most likely probably have to find something that can relate to what I'm doing as far as music wise. Which is not easy as well because I've tried it, trust me. So
the support system is really big.
yeah, support system is really big. I mean, especially when you go through it. Like I said, I went through a depression. And, you know, if you don't have your support system, you will never find yourself coming out of a depression. You will never find yourself building confidence within yourself. And yeah, just whatever falls into that category, your support system helps a lot. And a lot of people don't understand how important it is. And you know, the people around you, when they tell you that you're doing great, they don't understand how, just that one little saying really meant a lot, can mean a lot to me. I could be feeling like, I don't know, like the worst person ever today, and then you just saying, hey, you know, your music is great, you know, I want to hear it, you know, keep on making that, you know, you make me feel like a great person when I hear your music. That could just change my mood 360. So yeah, shout out to my support system.
Good.
How, at approaching 25, how are you looking at life?
I'm 75 cents away from 100. That's how I look at it. It's like, man, I'm 25 now. I got 5 years to at least kick my foot in that door. It's no time to slack. It's no time to just relax. It's no time to chill. None of that. I have to get to it and get to it fast because, you know, time waits on nobody. I was 18 yesterday. So
Right.
It's like, dang. As soon as I blink, like, whoo, dang, when I turned 25. So yeah, I just feel like I have no time to just slack. I gotta get to it.
You have any goals that are like, not necessarily like major goals, but like just personal goals for yourself? Like, all right, I at least don't want to gain any weight. You know, I know my metabolism is slowing up.
Yeah.
You know, like things like that health-wise.
Yeah, actually, I've been working on my eating habits. I took a nutrition class, so I'm like scared of everything right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I be reading everything in the refrigerator, and if it's kind of weird to me, I don't even eat it. So one of my goals is to better my eating habits. I'm not gonna go full vegan. I don't think I can do that. But I've been thinking of mixing the vegan and pescatarian dishes together. So fish, chicken, turkey, seafood, pretty much.
Is that anything like people in your family are doing too, or you gonna be the only one?
Well, I wouldn't say not necessarily just labeling what their choice is, but my mom is like a super, super health nut. Like, yeah, she's smoothie crazy. So,
Juicing and all that.
Yeah. So now
She always like that growing up, or she just start?
I want to say she's been like that probably for a good 4 or 5 years now.
Was there something that made her do that, or she just?
I guess just reading a lot, educating her mind, learning what's in food and stuff like that, and you know, just family history of different types of diabetes and cancers and high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and she just kind of wanted to, you know, break the cycle.
Well, that's cool.
What dishes were you eating growing up? Then now you're like, man, I can't believe I was eating that. Chitlins and all that.
No,
Bologna,
you know.
bologna and mayonnaise.
Yeah, I would say bologna, mayonnaise, cheese, bread.
Stick to the roof of your mouth.
Man, but I've always been super picky with certain things that I eat. But you know, I'm soul food, you know, but I wouldn't even take that out of my eating habits. I'll just change what's in it. Like, I'm completely anti-beef, completely anti-pork.
No bacon?
No, if it is, maybe turkey, but I don't even like turkey bacon because it tastes like plastic to me.
No bacon.
So.
Yeah, okay. I was going to put that on the tally mark. No bacon. Okay, so not even a little bit.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm trying to think of the last interview, what you said you were doing. Oh, music-wise. You say you're on iTunes now and all that.
Yes.
What made that happen?
Well, I've already been on iTunes when I did my first EP. I just went through DistroKid and was reading on it, and it was like, oh, you know, you can get your stuff on iTunes. So I just did it. And, oh, I'm on iTunes.
Right.
But now, I'm going to give all credits to Trap Dez. That's my bro from LA. He's actually an up and coming artist as well, and he's kind of booming around West LA area. But yeah, he just was showing me one day like all the distribution that he put his music through, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, on YouTube, SoundCloud, you know, etc., etc.
Right.
And he was just showing me basically like the revenue that he was gaining from all his streams and his downloads and stuff. So me physically seeing it with my own eyes, because when I did my first project, I didn't really know that, yeah, you put it up there, but you also got to push it at the same time
Right.
to get what you deserve. So when I did my first one, I want to say, when I finally checked the account, I only had about like $70 up in there, which I was like, oh, cool, like,
Right.
dang. All right, nice. People actually really okay, you know? So when I seen his, though, I was like, whoa, like, how did you do that?
Right.
So, and he's like, he's just like showing me the dates and stuff, and it's just like, I'm seeing it. It's on his phone, so it's like, dang, I didn't get no numbers like that. So,
Right.
you know, what did you do? And basically, he just put himself out there, not just only on social media. He's out in the streets physically showing his face, you know. He also inspired me to do stickers with my face on it. You know, he's putting the stickers everywhere, you know, putting his social media name up there. And people are actually grasping to it. Once they hear his music, they like it. And yeah, they just streaming it, playing it, sharing it with their friends. So him giving me that piece of knowledge made me go back, okay. And he said he went through TuneCore as well. TuneCore offers more features than DistroKid. DistroKid is kind of like a third party of TuneCore, if you ask me. So, yeah, so I went in, did my research, and figured it out, set it up, and yeah, now I'm getting it rolling. And I actually see that it's working because I started off with 0 listeners on Spotify. I want to say I just started my distribution 2 months ago.
Right.
And now I'm at almost 35 listeners on Spotify. And I was like, you know, 35, that's cool. I went from 0 to 35. So
Right.
it's like, you feel me? Like, I'm sending my links out, and I appreciate everybody, the 35 people that's out here streaming my stuff. So, yeah, and like I said, I seen it with my own eyes, it works, and I'm just ready to start seeing them numbers too.
Now, you said a little earlier 5 years. He was like, 5 years. I got 5 years to kick in the door.
Yeah.
What happens at 5 years if the door doesn't get kicked in?
Like I said, I'm a very multi-talented person. When I say 5 years to kick in the door, I'm more say so for my music.
Yeah.
Because you can do so much if you know how to do more than one thing. I can be an engineer if I want. So if I can't kick that door in music-wise in 5 years, then I can kind of shift into becoming an engineer, you know, charging for studio time, mixing and mastering everyone's music, executive producing in their tracks and stuff like that. Or, I mean, I do hair as well, so I can kind of shift into that category. At the end of the day, I'm going to figure something out. But if the music doesn't work in 5 years, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and use one of my other talents and just go ahead and work on that.
So going to work at Walmart isn't in your future?
No. I just can't. I see myself as a businesswoman. I see myself as the one owning jobs and basically giving jobs to people that I feel don't really have the opportunities that they would love to have. I want to open doors for everybody else, but I cannot see myself working minimum wage 9 to 5, doing something that I don't necessarily really like. 9 times out of 10, I probably can do the job better than the boss, but yet the boss is treating me like I'm beneath them. So I can't see myself doing that. I'm an entrepreneur. That's just in my blood.
Well said. I want people to soak that in. Like, that's actually what an entrepreneur is. It's actually not having a job. If you have a job still and you're doing your thing, you're an entrepreneur still, but you're like not all the way
like
there.
Like a part-time.
Yeah, it's like part-time.
Yeah.
So, okay. So giving jobs. So you don't mind going back to the community and
no. That's
all
that's like my main goal. I feel like a lot of people do music just for the popularity and stuff. I do it honestly because I'm just naturally good at it, and I just feel like that's a way of me opening a door for something else that I probably will see myself doing as longevity. So my main goal is just to basically accumulate some type of revenue and invest in owning things and providing for the community around me. Not just the community though, my family as well. But yeah, I just want to help the less fortunate. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. But yeah, I want to help the less fortunate, and that's like my main goal for everything.
How important is that to you?
It's extremely important to me because I feel like our generation is getting lost by the years, and we don't have a lot of people to look up to. We don't have a lot of hope out here. I feel like a lot of the younger generation is getting raised to basically assume that they're automatically going to fail, to assume that they're automatically not going to get the best job out there in the world. So I just kind of want to shift that outlook on life and show people that there is people out here that's in your corner and, want to put the positive stuff out there in the world instead of the negative stuff out there. So, yeah, I just want to kind of help save these generations.
Did you have anyone like that growing up, to look up to? Yeah,
I had a few people. One of the main individuals I would say is my cousin. He's Charlie. He's like a full-blown entrepreneur. Like me growing up watching him, I would see that man with no money in his pockets, and he did music as well. And he would go to every gas station out there and sell his CDs. And you, in your mind, you don't want to buy a CD, but after he's done talking to you, you end up buying his CD just from the type of person that he is. So like I said, I would see him go with no money in his pocket and come back to the house with a whole bunch of money, and he's giving us food to eat because we can't eat tonight, or he's taking us out to go do something, or buying us, just something. Just he'll make his money and just spread it all throughout us. Cousins, his kids, his mom, his brothers, his sisters, etc., etc. So he was like one of my main influences growing up. And he pretty much taught me how to get it out the mud. So
how's he doing right now?
He's actually doing great now. He started this whole car shop now. So he's rebuilding transmissions and engines. He still does his music as well, but he's another one that's multi-talented, and that's what he's doing right now, building engines and stuff. So.
Wow. So seeing that, it was basically in your blood to just be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How have you hit a point where it was like, all right, man, like a job might have to be the move because shit just ain't clicking?
Yeah, I say that every time. I tell myself like, okay,
first of the month.
Yeah, when it gets to like, okay, these bills is coming in. Oh man, okay, maybe I'll go hit up one of my, because I do the temp agencies. I like those because you get them quick. They're not, long term, so you could just work for however long they're gonna allow you to, or however long you choose to work. Right. So I just tell myself like, if it all comes down to it, then I'll just call up Melissa and tell her I need a job.
Right.
Work a good 3 months, save up some money, and then quit it again and just get back to it.
Right.
So, times are rough. What's your opinion on sugar daddies?
My opinions on sugar daddies. Look, I don't knock no hustle. Look, I would love to have a sugar daddy in my
disclaimer in front of this interview. We have nothing.
I didn't want to get the reaction. I really don't even care about the answer.
That's crazy because I posted something a while back on Facebook, and I was like, man, I would love to have a sugar daddy with no sugar. So would it be like a sugar-free daddy? I would love to have a sugar-free one.
Like a sweet and low daddy.
Yeah, sweet. That's exactly what I said. Sweet and low. I feel like a sweet and low dad.
So handicap.
No, just one that don't really want the sugar.
Handicap.
What if but what if he has weird fetishes?
As long as the fetishes is not like I have to kiss the man, or
what if he wants you to like pee on him?
I will pee on him. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Guys,
$30.
Guys, there's a disclaimer in front of this. Our audience is 13.
Some people.
Listen, guys, we're gonna go down the road. I don't think any of us is ready for it. YouTube has new
I'm gonna be honest. Ask me a question. I'm gonna give you my 100% honesty.
Back to the sugar daddy and you peeing on him. So, are you hugging him after though?
No.
Is your pee?
No.
$1,000 extra.
Oh, we gonna hug then.
No. All right, here we go. This is the dumbest shit. Guys, here we go. So, what is the price point of you peeing on a man?
He gonna have to for
$30 an eighth.
Nah, that's too low.
You damn near black a man in the kitchen.
To be honest, I need to pee on you. I need $3,000 right now, and then
$3,000
to pee on you, and then I need $1,000
Rent due, you need $3,000. If he says $500.
Okay, and that's
Fiji water for the first 48 hours.
Look, just show me what I want.
Nah, alright guys, this is, no. Alright, look. Alright, let's do it.
Rent
One
is
more.
crazy out here.
Hey,
Yeah,
check this
man.
out.
I gotta live. I gotta keep my house.
Even weirder, you gotta hold the sack for an hour straight. You don't have to do nothing. You just gotta hold his sack.
Yeah, I could do that.
I could do that.
No,
I'm just
Job
you
interview.
do it. Hold on, guys. All right, listen. The DMs are now gonna fly.
Look.
Back to the DMs.
Oh, and I guess the butt too. We can say the butt too.
Private area.
Yeah,
So
but
you
if
get-
he want me to punch him in his testicles, I will suck them things.
Are you giving out foot jobs?
No, I don't like feet.
No. Like he likes your feet.
Oh yeah, he can rub my feet off.
No, not with the other. No, a foot job.
Oh, with the feet.
Yeah, you do
Oh
it.
yeah, I mean, hey, look.
This
Hey,
is so
That's just my
stupid.
feet. My hands ain't touching nothing. It's just my feet.
Alright, so now that you guys know what she's doing out here in the streets, if you
Look,
thought the glow up wasn't real.
Okay.
But I only do it if you cash at me the money first. I need the money first.
Alright, so do you judge your friend if she's doing it?
No, like I said, I don't,
No, but if she's
the
using them,
full-blown.
she's doing full blown, mouth to anal.
I don't knock anyone's hustle.
She's kissing your kids.
She ain't kissing my kids.
But that's your
if
friend.
I'm aware of
That's
that,
God
she
mine.
might.
Nah,
I
I'm saying
might-
that's God mine.
She ain't kissing my kids.
So one that doesn't do it kisses your kid, and then she goes in for the kiss, and you snatch the kid, and she's like, "What? Why are you
like
that?"
you know why I did that? The girl don't give me the talk.
Girl, I use condoms every time.
I don't care about none of that. First of all, you ain't kissing kids. No, that's out. That's out.
Unbelievable.
What about the ones like that say they haven't had sex in a while, and you're like, do you know what you do for a living? Like, do you view that as like, I know some girls that do that. It's like, oh man, I haven't had sex, but it's like, I just saw you posting a picture in a hotel room. I know what you were doing. Like, do you think there's a difference because it's work? Or?
No, I don't think they should even say that. If you ask me.
Don't even mention it.
Like, whoa, hypocrite. But nah, I don't think that's not an excuse. That's a sexual interaction, so.
Work or not.
Work or not. If you break that celibacy, you're not celibate.
A porno star is that the same thing? Is that not work? What's the difference between a prostitute and
W-2s.
a porno star?
Well,
Depending on where you book.
the difference
Depending on where
is
you
a
book.
porno star doesn't get arrested for what they're doing.
Depending on where you book.
Well, it's more of a business journey with them. Prostitutes, that's more on the legal side.
Let's say they're in Nevada.
Well, hey, that's the same thing then.
Yeah.
Would you let one kiss one without the other?
What?
Would you let the prostitute kiss and not
And
the porno star, or would
or
you
vice
let
versa.
vice versa?
Like your child.
Or they both get
Neither.
None of them.
Neither.
Okay.
Especially the porno star. Oh my God, they are out of control.
But you don't really
But they're
know.
clean though.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, well,
yeah,
depending on where you book.
Neither.
Okay, so alright, cool. So
And would you do massage on a naked man?
D-
Put it like this.
Crazy.
Let me just answer this question
Fellas.
all over again. Any guy that I decide to do anything with, he's got to be attractive. I'm not doing it to somebody I'm not attracted.
Nah, you got to.
Well,
You
then
can't discriminate in this day and
I
age.
almost
It's
said my government.
2019.
I'm not doing anything.
But it's
then.
2019. It's
And that's
2000.
2019.
But you was gonna do it with a handicapped sugar mama daddy.
And yeah, if he attractive.
And a
He's a little fly
handicapped.
handicapped sugar daddy.
So in the workplace, I know you haven't worked in a while. If there was sexual harassment and the man looked good,
Mm-hmm.
and there was sexual harassment and the man was old and ugly, would you complain about one and not the other? Or you complain about sexual harassment and sexual harassment?
I probably wouldn't even complain. I'm gonna check it myself. I respect if I tell you that I feel uncomfortable. Don't talk to me like that. Don't touch me in this kind of way. Don't even stand by me in this kind of way. I will hope that you respect what I have to say, and I wouldn't have to go out my way to do that. But to be honest, stitches get stitches. I ain't no whistleblower, so I just handle it on my own.
Well, if the same thing was said, 65-year-old Earl with one blind eye
Yeah.
and a messed up leg,
Yeah.
and then you got fine Eric.
Okay.
That's 25, your age, tall. Same thing.
Well, it depends if
I know. Well, it depends.
Look, because not look, if I'm attracted to Eric, I'm probably gonna be the one doing the sexual harassment. So look, Eric ain't even gotta worry about it. But Earl, get your old ass away from me.
So Earl don't get to play, but Eric gets away with it.
Yeah, Eric can get it all day.
Guys are just.
I just can't. That's my dad, my grandpa. Nah, Earl, go that way. Dude.
All right. Hey.
Now Earl said you could pee on him though.
No, I heard the guy. All right, look. It went left. Hey, I went left. Since we look, we already there.
Okay.
So we had this conversation.
Okay.
And it sounds horrible because I don't know how to word things.
Horrible.
So if a guy was really attractive, let's say Eric. Let's use Frank. Frank is
Frank's
here.
the name.
Frank is the name here.
Okay.
Let's say Frank is really, really attractive.
Okay.
Right? But he has a small dick. Does that change anything for you?
That's funny because I just wrote a song, right? And at the end, I said I needed a tall chocolate man with some good dick because the last little team that I had was on shrimp. And I'm just gonna be completely honest. That's a deal breaker for me.
But even if
I don't care how fine you is.
Okay, fine. And you guys kept
the chemistry, everything
for 3 months.
is there.
3 months. Y'all didn't even have sex for 3 months, and it was like.
If this is the moment.
You telling your friend like,
it's
girl,
about
he
to
is
happen.
perfect. Like,
If he asks me to marry me now, I'm marrying him. And then y'all finally get your moment to do it. He whip out and be like, well, you know, it is a little cold. do you even go through with it, or do you walk away in that moment?
Oh,
do you go through with it and just be like, I'll never do this again, or do you just be like,
y'all connect on a level you ain't never connected on before?
He asked me to marry me, I'm marrying him.
And y'all got
this is you saying it, not me saying it.
Look, okay. Ooh,
perfect
answer the question.
Perfect man.
I would definitely try it out. I would try it out. If he could work that little thing, then baby, let's get married. Let's go ahead and go through it. But if he can't work it, I'm sorry. That's a deal breaker.
Okay.
I will cheat on him.
Okay, okay, guys.
And I'm not even a cheater.
Run away from the DMs. Hey, look, here we go. This is it. Now, it's a two-part thing. But what if the guy was not really attractive? But, you know, he whipping out.
Hey.
Would you even get a chance to know if y'all chemistry is anything at all? Like, would you even try it just based off he's ugly?
It depends, to be honest. Like, it could be like, if we could be cool, because I'm going to be honest with you.
Friend zone immediately.
Yeah, exactly, because if you're not attracted, I'm not even going to, no, blockers is on. I'm not even catching any type of sign you're sending my way. But it could happen like that. You know, you can be around somebody and their personality could just be super, super dope. And it's just like, dang, you a real cool ass person. You ugly as hell. But you cool. You feel me? I like your personality. So, I mean, hey, if it happens like that, you know, looks aren't everything. I'm more of an intellectual person anyway, so if you can get my mind and I got your mind, that's the most attractive thing to me anyway, so.
So why does a man have to wait to get married to find out how trash the box is?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I was just saying, like, why? like a man would never know. It's just like,
okay.
I have to.
And wait, real quick, so people understand what you're saying. When he's saying that, it's like a woman can kind of see through the gray sweats or the basketball shorts.
Yeah.
What a man is technically working with.
Okay.
Whereas with a woman, it's like she could have a body, but the box be trash. So if we were in a world where somebody waited till they got married,
yeah.
Like a woman could be like, well, girl, I saw the other night we was Netflix and chilling, and I saw it sitting on his lap, so I already know I'm marrying the one. And he could think he is, and then he get inside and there's a hot dog down the hallway. You know what I'm saying?
If I was ever in that predicament, I would want him to tell me.
How would you know though? A man would never say anything. It could stink and he's still gonna say
That's stupid.
And you know what? That's completely the truth, because it's been times where, you know, I can't encounter where it's some guys out here that really think an odor is like the normal thing. Like, you don't stink. The fuck? Duh, I'm not supposed to stink. What you mean? Like, you know, there's people out there that thinks that, I guess that's normal, an odor. That's not normal, y'all. That's not at all. If somebody has an odor, it's an infection. But I mean, can you ask the question again? Because I'm trying to figure out how to answer.
Like men have to kind of, like, if they wait till marriage, like wait till then to kind of find out what a woman technically is working with.
Yeah.
Where women could kind of here or there, depending on the situation, kind of see what a man's working with, depending on how he walks and what he's wearing. So
like, do you feel like that sucks for a man?
Yeah.
Because a woman doesn't know.
Yeah, because if I was a man and I waited for a woman and she already knew what I had and this is what you bring to the table after however many years I sat here thinking about this shit and we're married now, divorce papers. No, I just play. I don't know. I mean, as a man, I think you should just be honest with your partner. Just y'all
There's
marry
no
each
way
other.
to fix it though. You're just
There's
loose,
no way.
lady.
Well,
You're just trash.
Well, I'm not a man, so I can't speak. But if I was a man, my thing is, I would be like, you're gonna have two options. You're gonna either choose to deal with it, bear with it, get used to it, or
leave her cheat.
Say you want to be celibate, maybe 3. I don't even want to do this no more.
Yeah, niggas ain't gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. So, all right, so we're getting to that point, guys. Looking towards the future. What do we have going? Like, what's next for you? Let's say next 6 months.
Next 6 months, I'm about to fuck the city up. My goal right now is to just bring all type of heat to the summer. So if y'all feel like it's extra hot out there, that's me. That's me. I'm bringing 300 degrees behind me. I just see myself really just back how I was, but further than what I was. Working with more people that I really want to work with. I just recently shot a video with Voice Too Hard in LA. He's like one of the dopest cameramen out there in LA. He's booming like crazy right now. I've been wanting to shoot with that man for 2 years. So for me to start my comeback with a visual from him, my 6 months is looking like it's gonna be great. So 6 months, just look for more projects, more features, more collaborations, more music, clothes, because I'm getting into branding myself again. Merch like crazy. I started with the slides, but this time we finna just go ahead and up it another level. I'm making outfits, all of that. So just see me all over Sacramento in 6 months. Social media, Instagram, Kayla Chenelle, KaylaChenelle.
The shirt, the hoodie, the sweatshirt.
See this? Everything is the same. I'm not really that hard to find if you spell it correctly. I'm on Spotify now. I'm on iTunes now. I'm on Instagram story. You type my name in the little music section, my stuff gonna pop up. YouTube, of course, Facebook, iHeartRadio soon, Pandora soon. So yeah, you know, just keep on looking out for me. Like I said, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm dropping a single tomorrow featuring my brother Trap Dez. The song is called All Black. Teo, I Like This, produced it. The hottest producer in Sacramento, California. So y'all tap in with Teo and quit playing. Yeah. I'm working on 3 projects right now. I got one almost finished, so that one's going to be on the way, produced by Ujo. Shout out to my man Ujo. Straight out of Africa. And you feel me? I got a whole project from him. So yeah, y'all look out for that. Me and Teo got an EP coming soon. That will be the second one. And then I got a mixtape with no name yet. So look out for that. My goal is to drop 6 projects this year. And I feel like I can do it because my mojo is here. So yeah. Okay.
Hey man, well you know what? We'll for sure have a part 4, 5, whatever number we're on next time. So alright, until next time, WFOT.TV. And we're out.
Cause I don't want a nigga, I'ma keep that shit for real, ayy. I've been up all night for 4 days, tryna run that bag in every way. If you need that pack, I got cash. Pound on top of pounds, heavyweight. He put his face all in my ocean. The way he flick his tongue, I'm ghosting. Swear to God, he snatched my soul and had me caught up in the moment.
Okay, it's wood model for toys, it's not 3, buddy.